Welcome to Information Center. Know about MACP scheme, Modified Assured Career Progression Scheme. The scheme is available to all posts belonging to Group A, whether isolated or not. However, organized Group A services will not be covered under the scheme. Grant 3 financial upgradations under the MACPS at intervals of 10, 20 and 30 years of continuous regular service. The scheme would be known as Modified Assured Career Progression Scheme MACPS. This scheme is in separation of previous ACP scheme and clarifications issued thereunder and shall be applicable to all regularly appointed Group A, B and C railway employees except officers of the organized Group A service. Casual employees, including those granted temporary status and employees appointed in the railways only on ADHOC or contract basis, shall not qualify for benefits under the aforesaid scheme. The scheme would be operational WEF 19/2008. In other words, financial upgradations as per the provisions of the earlier ACP scheme of October 1999 would be granted till 31/8/2008. No stepping up of pay in the pay band or grade pay would be admissible with regard to junior getting more pay than the senior on account of pay fixation under MACP scheme. General rule in detail. MACP scheme, Modified Assured Career Progression Scheme, Railway Board Order Number 101/2009, dated 19th May 2009. 1. There shall be 3 financial upgradations under the MACPS counted from the direct entry grade on completion of 10, 20 and 30 years of service respectively. Financial upgradations under the scheme will be admissible whenever a person has spent 10 years continuously in the same grade pay. Second, the MACPS envisage merely placement in the immediate next higher grade pay in the hierarchy of the recommended revised pay bands and grade pay as given in Section 1, Part A of the first schedule of the Railway Services Revised Pay Rule 2008. Thus, the grade pay at the time of financial upgradation under the MACPS can, in certain cases where regular promotion is not between 2 successive grades, be different than what is available at the time of regular promotion. In such cases, the higher grade pay attached to the next promotion post in the yearly of the concerned cadre organization will be given only at the time of regular promotion. Third, the financial obligations under the MACPS would be admissible up to the highest grade pay of rate 12,000 in the PV4. Fourth, benefit of pay fixation available at the time of regular promotion shall also be allowed at the time of financial upgradation under the scheme. Therefore, the pay shall be raised by 3% of the total pay in the pay band and the grade pay draw before such upgradation. There shall, however, be no further fixation of pay at the time of regular promotion if it is in the same grade pay as granted under MACPS. However, at the time of actual promotion, if it happens to be in a post carrying higher grade pay than what is available under MACPS, no pay fixation would be available and only difference of grade pay would be made available. To illustrate, in case a railway servant joins as a direct recruit in the grade pay of rate 1,900 in PV1 and he gets no promotion till completion of 10 years of service, he will be granted financial upgradation under MACPS in the next higher grade pay of rate 2000 and his pay will be fixed by granting him one increment plus the difference of grade pay, i.e. rate 100. After availing financial upgradation under MACPS, if the railway servant gets his regular promotion in the yearly of his cadre, which is to the grade pay of rate 2,400 on regular promotion, he will only be granted the difference of grade pay between rate 2000 and rate 2,400. No additional increment will be granted at his stage. Fifth, promotion earned upgradations granted under the ACP scheme in the past of those grades which now carry the same grade pay due to merger of pay scales, upgradations of posts recommended by the 6th Pay Commission shall be ignored for the purpose of granting upgradations under modified ACPS. Illustration: the pre-revised yearly in ascending order in a particular organization was as follow: rate 5,000 to 800, rate 5,500 to 9,000 and rate 6,500 to 10,500. A railway servant who was recruited in the yearly in the pre-revised pay scales rate 5,000 to 800 and who did not get a promotion even after 25 years of service prior to 1/1/2006. In his case, as on 1/1/2006, he would have got two financial upgradations under ACP to the next grades in the yearly of his organization, i.e. to the pre-revised scales of rate 5,500 to 9,000 and rate 6,500 to 10,500. B. Another railway servant recruited in the same yearly in the pre-revised scale of rate 5,000 to 800 has also completed about 25 years of service, but he got two promotions to the next higher grades of rate 5,500 to 9,000 and rate 6,500 to 10,500 during this period. In the case of both A and B above, the promotions financial upgradations granted under ACP to the pre-revised scales of rate 5,500 to 9,000 and rate 6,500 to 10,500 prior to 1/1/2006 will be ignored on account of measure to the pre-revised scales of rate 5,000 to 800, rate 5,500 to 9,000 and rate 6,500 to 10,500 recommended by the 6th CPC as per the RSRP rules. Both of them will be granted grade pay of rate 4,200 in the pay band PV2 after the implementation of MACPS. Two financial upgradations will be granted both in the case of A and B above to the next higher grade pay of rate 4,600 and rate 4,800 in the pay band PV2. Sixth, in the case of all the employees granted financial upgradations under ACPS till 1/1/2006, their revised pay will be fixed with reference to the pay scale granted to them under the ACPS. 6.1. In the case of ACP upgradations granted between 1/1/2006 and 31/8/2008, the railway servant has the option under the RSRP rules 2008 to have his pay fixed in the revised pay structure either A. WEF 1/1/2006 with reference to his pre-revised scales as on 1/1/2006 or B. WEF the date of his financial upgradations under ACP with reference to the pre-revised scales granted under ACP in case of option B. He shall be entitled to draw his arrears of pay only from the date of his option, i.e. the date of financial upgradations under ACP. 6.2. In cases where financial upgradations had been granted to railway servants in the next higher scales in the yearly of their cadre as per the provisions of the ACP schemes of October 1999, but whereas as a result of the implementation of 6th CPC's recommendations, the next higher post in the yearly of the cadre has been upgraded by granting a higher grade pay. The pay of such employees in the revised pay structure will be fixed with reference to the higher grade pay granted to the post. To illustrate, in the case of junior engineer in CPWD who was granted first ACP in his yearly to the grade of assistant engineer in the pre-revised scale of rate 6,500 to 10,500, corresponding to the revised grade pay of rate 4,200 in the pay band PB2. He will now be granted grade pay of rate 4,600 in the pay band PB2. Constant open upgradations of the post of assistant engineers in CPWD by granting them the grade pay of rate 4,600 in PV2 as a result of 6th CPC's recommendations. However, from the date of implementation of the MACPS, all the financial upgradations under the scheme should be done structurally in accordance with the yearly of grade pay in pay bands as notified with RSRP Rules 2008. Seventh, with regard to fixation of his pay on grant of promotion financial upgradation under MACP scheme, a railway servant has an option under Rule 1313 first A first of the Indian Railway 1/MACPS.DOC Establishment Code Volume 2nd 6th edition 1987, 2nd reprint 2005, FR 22(1)A first to get his pay fixed in the higher post grade pay either from the date of his promotion upgradation or from the date of his next increment with 1st July of the year. The pay and the date of increment would be fixed in accordance with clarification number 2 of Railway Boards. 8th, promotions earned in the post carrying same grade pay in the promotional yearly as per recruitment rules shall be counted for the purpose of MACPS. 8.1. Constant open the implementation of 6th CPC's recommendations. Grade pay of rate 5,400 is now into pay bands with PV second and PV third. The grade pay of rate 5,400 in PV second and rate 5,400 in PV third shall be treated as separate grade pay for the purpose of grant of upgradations under MACPS. 9th, Regular service for the purpose of the MACPS shall commence from the date of joining of a post in direct entry grade on a regular basis, either on direct recruitment basis or on absorption re-employment basis. Service rendered on ADHOC contract basis before regular appointment on pre-appointment training shall not be taken into reckoning. However, past continuous regular service in another government department in a post carrying some grade pay prior to regular appointment in a new department without a break shall also be counted towards qualifying regular service for the purpose of MACPS only, and not for the regular promotions. However, benefits under the MACPS in such cases shall not be concerned till the satisfactory completion of the probation period in the new post. 10th. Past service rendered by the railway employee in a state government, statutory body, autonomous body, public sector organization before appointment in the railways shall not be counted towards regular service. 11th. Regular service shall include all periods spent on deputation, foreign service, study leave and all other kind of leave duly sanctioned by the competent authority. 12th. The MACPS shall also be applicable to work-changed employees if their service conditions are comparable with the staff of regular establishment. 13th. Exiting time-bound promotion scheme including in situ promotion scheme, staff car driver scheme or any other kind of promotion scheme exiting for a particular category of employees in the railway may continue to be operational for the concerned category of employees if it is decided by the concerned administrative authorities to retain such schemes after necessary consultations, or they may switch over to the MACPS. However, these schemes shall not run concurrently with the MACPS. 14th. The MACPS is directly applicable only to the railway employees. It will not get automatically extended to employees to the autonomous statutory bodies under the administrative control of the Ministry of Railways, keeping in view the financial applications involved. A conscious decision in this regard shall have to be taken by the governing body, Board of Directors and Ministry of Railways, and where it is proposed to adopt the MACPS, prior concerns of Ministry of Finance shall be obtained. 15th. If a financial upgradation under the MACPS is deferred and not allowed after 10 years in a grade pay due to the reasons of the employees being unfit or due to departmental proceedings, extras, this would have consequential effects on the substance financial obligations, which would also get deferred to the extent of delay in grant of first financial obligation. 16th, on grant of financial obligations under the scheme, there shall be no change in the designation, classification, or higher status. However, financial and certain other benefits which are linked to the pay down by an employee, such as HBA, allotment of government accommodation, shall be permitted. 17th, the financial obligations would be on non-functional basis subject to fitness in the yearly of grade pay within the PV1. Thereafter, for obligations under the MACPS, the benchmark of good would be applicable till the grade pay of rate 6,600. In PV3, the benchmark will be very good for financial obligations to the grade pay of rate 7,600 and above. 18th, in the matter of disciplinary penalty proceedings, grant of benefit under the MACPS shall be subject to rule governing normal promotions. Such cases shall therefore be regulated under the provisions of the Railway Servants Discipline and Appeal Rules 1968 and instructions issued thereunder. 19th, the MACPS contemplates merely placement on personal basis in the immediate higher grade pay grant of financial benefits only and shall not amount to actual functional promotion of the employees concerned. Therefore, no reservation orders roster shall apply to the MACPS, which shall extend its benefits uniformly to all eligible SC/ST employees also. However, the rules of reservation in promotion shall be ensured at the time of regular promotion. For this reason, it shall not be mandatory to associate members of SC/ST in the screening committee meet to consider cases for grant of financial obligation under the scheme. 20. Financial obligations under the MACPS shall be purely personal to the employee and shall have no relevance to his seniority positions. As such, there shall be no additional financial obligations for the senior employees on the ground that the junior employee in the grade has got higher grade pay under the MACPS. 21st, pay draw in the pay band and the grade pay allowed under the MACPS shall be taken as the basis for determining the terminal benefits in respect of the retiring employees. 22. If a Group A railway employee who was not covered under the ACP scheme has not become entitled to say third financial obligation directly, having completed 30-year regular service, his pay shall be fixed sexually in next 3 immediate higher grade pay in the yearly of revised pay bands and gray pays, allowing the benefit of 3% pay fixation at every stage. Pay of persons becoming eligible for second financial upgradation may also be fixed accordingly. 23. In case an employee is declared surplus in his/her organization and appointed in the same pay scale or lower scale of pay in the new organization, the regular service rendered by him/her in the previous organization shall be counted towards the regular service in his/her new organization for the purpose of giving financial upgradations under the MACPS. 24. In case an employee after getting promotion ACP seeks unilateral transfer on a lower post or lower scale, he will be entitled only for second and third financial upgradations on completion of 20-30 years of regular service under the MACPS, as the case may be, from the date of his interior appointment to the post in the new organization. 25. If a regular promotion has been offered but was refused by the employee before becoming entitled to a financial upgradation, no financial upgradation shall be allowed, as such an employee has not been stagnated due to lack of opportunities. If, however, financial upgradation has been allowed due to stagnation and the employee subsequently refused the promotion, it shall not be a ground to withdraw the financial upgradation. He shall, however, not be eligible to be considered for further financial upgradation till he agrees to be considered for promotion again, and the second or the next financial upgradation shall also be deferred to the extent of period of department due to the refusal. 26. Cases of persons holding higher posts purely on ad hoc basis shall also be considered by the screening committee along with others. They may be allowed the benefit of financial upgradation on reversion to the lower post, or if it is beneficial with the pay down on ad hoc basis. 27. Employees on deputation needs not revert to the parents department for availing the benefits of financial upgradation under the MACPS. They may exercise a fresh option to draw the pay in the pay band and the grade pay of the post held by them, or the pay plus grade pay admissible to them under the MACPS, whichever is beneficial. Illustration A. First, if a railway servant LDC in PV1 in the grade pay of rate 1900 gets his first regular promotion UDC in PV1 in the grade pay of rate 2400 on completion of 8 years of service and then continues in the same grade pay for further 10 years without any promotion, then he would be eligible for second financial upgradation under the MACPS in PV1 in the grade pay of rate 2800 after completion of 18 years, 8 plus 10 years. Second, in case he does not get any promotion thereafter, then he would get third financial upgradation in PV second in grade pay of rate 4200 on completion of further 10 years of service, i.e. after 28 years, 8 plus 10 plus 10. Third, however, if he gets second promotion after 5 years of further service in PV second in the grade pay of rate 4200 assistant grade C, i.e. on completion of 23 years, 8 plus 10 plus 5 years, then he would get third financial upgradation after completion of 30 years, i.e. 10 years after the second ACP in PV second in the grade pay of rate 4600 first/MACPS.doc in the above scenario, the pay shall be raised by 3% of the total pay in the pay band and grade pay draw. Before such upgradation, there shall, however, be no further fixation of pay at the time of regular promotion. It is in the same grade pay or in the higher grade pay. Only the difference of grade pay would be admissible at the time of promotions. B. If a railway servant LDC in PV1 in the grade pay of rate 1900 is granted first financial upgradation under the MACPS on completion of 10 years of service in PV1 in the grade pay of rate 2000 and 5 years later he gets first regular promotion UDC in PV1 in the grade pay of rate 2400, the second financial upgradation under MACPS in the next grade pay WRT grade pay held by railway servant will be granted on completion of 20 years of service in PV1 in the grade pay of rate 2800. On completion of 30 years of service, he will get third ACP in the grade pay of rate 4200. However, if two promotions are earned before completion of 20 years, only third financial upgradation would be admissible on completion of 10 years of service in grade pay from the date of second promotion or at the 30 years of service, whichever is earlier. C. If a railway servant has been granted either two regular promotions or second financial upgradation under the ACP scheme of October 1999 after completion of 24 years of regular service, then only third financial upgradation would be admissible to him under the MACPS on completion of 30 years of service, provided that he has not earned third promotion in the yearly. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe Information Center and like and share this video. Thank you.